Hi and welcome to the Canuck Union Lines, my N-scale North American outline model railway. It's been at least 6 months, if not more, since I last posted a video and gave an update on what's happening on the railway. For those of you I've been in touch with over the period, you'll know I moved house in February, or I moved out in February, and eventually at the end of June, beginning of July, moved into my current home. As a result, we had to rip down the old Canuck Union Lines layout, which was located in a large shed. This was done initially quite calmly, but in the end was quite a rush to pull out all the tracks and get the buildings packed away and so on and so forth, and then the woodwork ripped down, and then we discovered that the shed was letting in more water than we'd ever expected. The walls were damp, as well as drips from the ceiling, and perhaps it was a good thing, a good time to move. The woodwork all went on my brother-in-law's wood-burning stove, which is probably the best place for it. We've retained a lot of the track, but to be honest with you, much of it had been used several times already, and we've decided to use Cato Unitrack in the main, certainly for point work, and we've got several metres of unused Pico streamline code 55 rail which we can use elsewhere. We should be able to link them up together without any issue, I think. Obviously we had to build new benchwork. We've done that using 5mm ply. I bought 3 sheets of 2.4 metre by 1.2 metre. Had the supplier cut the wood for me into roughly 4x2 sections, and I also bought some planed, notionally 2x1 timber as well. That came in 4 metre lengths, so it's a good job I didn't try and get those in the car, and they were delivered. It took a little while, but that's all been delivered, and in fact the majority of the bench work is now in place, although that doesn't show on the video yet. So we're at the stage where the bench work is largely in place. There's a couple of places where we've got to build either lift out sections or movable sections because of doorways. The 2 rooms we've built, are building the layout in, are adjacent small bedrooms. One has a wardrobe built in, unfortunately, but we'll work around it. And we've removed the drywalling at one section between the 2 rooms. It's given us quite an opening. For those that remember the old layout, Canuck City was linear with the railway station on the one side. This time it's going to be more within a square area. There will be an airport again, but much smaller than the old one. I've got the timber for that, but I've yet got to cut it up. And we've got to work out the layout. And we'll do that as we go along, using the Unitrack, connecting it up, moving it, whatever. We'll try and do as much double track this time as we can. A lot will be DCC, but there'll be some DC parts. There'll be some parts that I could switch between the 2. We'll see how it goes. But there's no rush. We'll be running trains, no doubt, in the next month or 2. But unless I can control James, there won't be any scenery up front other than placing the buildings around the place until we get them in an order we want them. We've already bought some MDF bridges from Scenic, a UK supplier, 2 arch girder bridges and 4 truss girder bridges. They'll hold double track. We've made them so that we think we'll get the largest of our stock underneath them, and they're all ready to install. They might go in the lift out sections, they might go elsewhere, because as with the old layout, some of the area will be at a higher level than others. It's not a 2-deck layout in the classic US style, no helixes or anything like that. There might be a ramp to get from one level to the other, and there'll be sections of single track and double track. There'll be a branch line, possibly with a shuttle train running down back. We shall see.